Firstly, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting critical systems and sensitive information from digital attacks. Now, state of cybersecurity in India. India's cybersecurity services and product industry lodged a revenue of $9.85 billion in 2021 and grew at a compound annual growth rate of about 40% in the last 2 years, a report by Data Security Council of India said. The report, titled India Cybersecurity Industry Report Services and Product Growth Story, said the key drivers of the Indian cybersecurity industry are adoption of cloud-first strategy, business-led innovation, growing threat landscape and awareness around threats, and global and domestic regulations around compliance and data privacy. North America and Europe continue to be the leading geographies for services and product revenue with combined 58% total revenue contribution. Asia and Middle East and Africa are the fastest growing geographies region. The Indian cybersecurity services industry grew from $4.3 billion in 2019 to about $8.5 billion in 2021. The Indian cybersecurity products grew from $740 million in 2019 to reach $1.37 billion in 2021. The industry is moving towards a platform-based approach to offer holistic solutions and simplify security integration and deployment. There is a huge demand for cybersecurity talent, with a services company having a cybersecurity workforce of 2.18 lakh and product companies having a workforce of 27,000 in 2021. The Indian cybersecurity industry is constantly expanding its global footprint with a presence in the US, Canada, UK, France, Australia, Singapore, and the UAE. India's cybersecurity industry was at the forefront, supporting government and all critical sectors to manage the heightened cybersecurity risk in the last 2 years through the pandemic. The capabilities of the Indian cybersecurity services and startups and the continuous innovation in the products and services to serve customers in India and globally, Ministry of Electronics and IT Secretary Ajay Sahni said. He added that Ministry of Electronics and IT is committed to partnering with DSCI to scale up innovation in emerging areas like 5G, hardware, IoT security, and through information security education and awareness and future skills programs to meet the talent demand of the industry. Every crisis has a silver lining, and for the pandemic, it has been the accelerated adoption of digital solutions across enterprises and government. Decades worth of digital transformation has taken place in the last 2 years, and India's technology and industry has emerged as the preferred digital solutions partners with the cyber security as a key growth vertical, NASSCOM President Debjani Ghosh said. According to business and consumer data company Statista, in the financial year 2021, over 3.8 thousand government services in India were provided over the internet. A CLSA report indicates the value of digital payments in India will grow threefold, close to $1 trillion in financial year 2026 from $300 billion in financial year 2021. A Deloitte study has said India will have 1 billion smartphone users by 2026. The country was home to 1.2 billion mobile subscribers in 2021, of which about 750 million were smartphone users. As on January 2021, India had 448 million social media users. In 2021, the DBS Digital Readiness Survey revealed almost 62% of the large and middle market companies are still in the formative stage of digitalization in India. These are big numbers and point to the vastness of the cyberspace that India needs to secure. The country is also a witness to numerous cyber attacks in the past, including many soft ones. The government's ongoing Digital India push and the Reserve Bank's planned central bank digital currency may only add to the list of vulnerabilities. In December 2021, Business Standard reported that India was expected to be among the largest victims of cyber attacks in 2 years. Cyber attacks were projected to increase by 200% year on year. According to the Computer Emergency Response Team data, India witnessed a threefold increase in cybersecurity related incidents in 2020 compared to 2029, recording 1.16 million breaches. The number of breaches is expected to increase in 2021 and 22. According to government sources, there has been 607,220 recorded cybersecurity breaches till June 2021. An average of 3,137 cybersecurity issues reported every day of the year. The Cost of a Data Breach Report 2020, released by IBM, reported that the average cost of a data breach in India in 2020 was $2 million, marking an increase of 9.4% since 2019. Actual government spending on cybersecurity has always remained below budgeted estimates. For example, the government has spent 88.2% of its budgeted amount on cybersecurity in 2016-17. In 2021, it was only able to spend 53% of the budgeted amount. According to Business Standard report, in 2021-22, the government outspent its budgeted estimates on cybersecurity for the first time in past 8 years. In its recent budget, the government said it would spend 515 crore rupees on cybersecurity in 2022-23. That's 10-time increase compared to 2014-15. An article by INC 42 revealed that ever since the arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic, India has witnessed a 4,000% increase in phishing emails and a 400% spike in the number of policy violations. According to article by INC 42, 66% of organizations in India have suffered at least one data breach or cyber attack since shifting to a remote working model during the pandemic. Now, recent cybersecurity incidents in India. In May 2020, EdTech startup Unacademy suffered a data breach that resulted in the compromise of the accounts of 22 million Indian users. In October 2020, the user data from the giant online grocery platform called Big Basket went up for sale in an online cybercrime market. The personal information of around 20 million Indian users was being sold for $40,000. India's second largest stockbroker, Upstocks, suffered a data breach in April 2021 that affected its 2.5 million customers. Over 56 million KYC data files were leaked, including email IDs, date of birth, passports, PAN, etc. Presently, the nature of the war in Ukraine indicates that India needs to review its cyber defense policies. The country also needs to give equal attention to building a deterrent cyber offensive capability. The government is taking far too long in finalizing a national cybersecurity strategy. In a recent editorial, Business Standard pointed out two limitations in India's present approach. At present, the country's policy is defensive and has a narrow focus. It aims to harden vulnerabilities only in civil government and military assets. However, a substantial amount of critical infrastructure in India is built and managed by the private sector. Private sector corporations also hold troves of sensitive personal data. Therefore, any new strategy must ensure the private sector has necessary cybersecurity cover. The new strategy must also acknowledge that the capacity to counterattack is often the best defense in a cyber war. India is among the top 5 targets for cyber attacks in the Asia-Pacific region, particularly security breaches that involve cyber espionage, said cybersecurity and digital privacy company Kaspersky. The findings are part of Kaspersky's latest cyber threats to financial organizations in 2022 report.